All right. Good evening and welcome to the Author Spotlight. My name is Arilia Winn. I'm the owner and operator of Winn Publications. Could you start by introducing yourself to us, telling us your name, where you're located, and maybe what you do full-time outside of writing?
Sure. So my name is Bernard Buie. I am currently living in Atlanta, Georgia, but I originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And my full-time career is brand management and marketing. I help people do what they want to do from start to finish, whether that be starting a business, LLC, EIN, basic things like that, or expanding a business from ambulance companies to gym owners, to doctors, to lawyers, to music artists, you name it. I've worked with them, or is continuing to work with them, and I help them do what they want to do by offering other ways to increase their income.
Nice. How'd you get involved with that? Did you have to go to school for that, or?
No, it was just I've always had a entrepreneurial business mentality throughout life. So, it originally started from me as a fashion designer in my younger days, and learning the business to that, and then learning the other opportunities of avenues of revenue that you can generate from being close to people within fashion. So, once I had to go through certain things, like as a designer, you got to learn the business side, whether you're trying to put your clothing into stores. You got to learn, wholesale and retail, and you got to learn taxes and consignment. You got to learn all these different things, which is the business side of being a fashion designer. You got to learn to negotiate. You got to know, people skills and other ways to market yourself. So before I knew it, I had developed all these other skills that's needed in everyday business. So when I finally woke up and realized that I have all these skills and trades that I can turn into additional revenue streams, I started just putting myself out there and branding myself as someone that can do these things. Even if I didn't do them physically, I had somebody that could do them, and I was just the middleman for them to get those things done. An example, like a logo. I named the logo, and I didn't make my logo, but I had somebody make my logo. But because somebody seen my logo and they liked it, they asked me, hey, where'd you get your logo from? So then I went and found somebody that could make a logo, found out they charged $20. I went back to the other person and said $30. Now I just made $10 off of getting a logo made, and I didn't make the logo.
Nice.
So I just wrote down all the services that I had to pay for to get done, and I started marketing a company that do those specific things.
Nice. And you didn't really do too much of the work other than that part?
No, I didn't do that. My work was the negotiation between both parties.
Okay, I like it. Nice. Okay. So then, you're doing all of this. How do you have time to write? I know we came tonight to talk about your book, but when do you have time for that?
So my secret to publishing is not writing. It's speaking the book out and then having someone do their job and type it out for me, and then I get it edited. Nice. That's one way. My second way that I went through it was paying for a service that is text to type. So speak to type. So as you speak it, the computer types it out for you. And then you get an editor to edit it, and then you go back and forth with that process. So, it was a conglomerate of those things. Like, I didn't really have to sit down and write. It was more about me using my time when I'm driving, or my time when I'm in the house or in the tub to get out what I want in the book, and then describing it that way.
Wow. So I say this for every episode, so let me just pause. Listen, if you're listening to this podcast right now and you don't got a pen and a pencil, a pen and a paper, you're already messing up. Get this knowledge right here. That's awesome, because I'm always talking about, like, man, people come up with excuses about, I got some sort of disability, I'm not a good writer, I can't write, and I'm like, just, if you could speak, you could do voice to text. And then, like you said, hire somebody to do their job and to whip up a nice book for you. And so definitely, hey, you already saying it. You got to think outside of the box a little bit if you want to make it happen. Like, there's no excuse that's going to be able to stop you. So, hey, I'm right there with you. I love it. And you know what? I might have to try that my dang self. Shoot. I'm like, what the heck? I'm doing all this work. You know what? Okay, all right. I'm a little inspired. So then, tell me this, what was the toughest challenge that you faced in becoming an author?
My first challenge, so I want to say in like 2015, I really came up with the idea of wanting to write, of wanting to be an author. Mm-hmm. And I put out a post on Instagram, and I got a good following, and I put out a post of, will somebody help me write my book? Mm-hmm. And I got like 5 likes, and it was like that was a hurt piece for me, because I just knew I knew somebody that was going to help me write a book, mm-hmm. and nobody was willing to help, or nobody seen it. Like, Instagram just stopped my audience from seeing my post in that way. But like, whatever it was, I didn't get the reception, the audience that I wanted to help me. So I had to figure out every part of the process in order to make it happen. Like, literally every piece, from the photo shoot to the ISBN, to the sizing of the book, to the edit, to help find somebody that can edit the book, multiple people that can edit the book, to the copyright, to which should go on the inner pages, and not using particular people with names in the book, or, coming up with the back cover story for the book, or do you think people in the beginning of the book, or do you do a book tour, do you make flyers, where do you sell the book? Like, I had to figure out every piece to this puzzle in order for me to do it, which I thought that there was going to be somebody that I could use, and there are plenty of companies that do that, but they charge thousands of dollars. Like, I ain't talking about $2,000. I'm talking about $10,000, $20,000 for them to help you in that process. And I'm like, I know it don't cost as much to publish a book, because I hear people self-publish all the time, but I know everybody don't go through these types of companies. I know it's something bigger than that.
So how did you find somebody?
I never found nobody. I did it myself.
Dang.
Yeah, I never found them.
Oh, dang. See, I was waiting for that, like, so then what happened? Okay.
Nobody ever helped me. I ended up doing everything myself.
Okay, so that was the toughest part. Dang, okay. Oh, wow. Well, that's awesome. So, like, how did you feel about that? Because that's one of the biggest, talking to authors is like, that's one of the biggest things is like, man, I lack the support, or nobody's available to help me. But, like, of course, we're resilient. Like, every person that I've been talking to up until now has a story of, like, resiliency and, like, just pushing through anyways. But, like, how did that make you feel? We never really talk about that part, like.
It felt like any other part of the rest of my life. Like, in my book, if you read my book is a book of stories of trials and tribulations, and me overcoming scenarios to be the man that I am today. Like, that's what my book is about. So it was just literally another chapter to my book that I'm going to drop soon about that process. Just another thing. I'm like, okay, I'm going out here in the leap of faith. I'm going to figure it out, and God is going to guide me through this process to take the scars, to receive the knowledge, and we're going to come out on top.
Yeah.
So again, it's just basic research and really getting to it, like talking to people and learning and doing your own research. Like I probably went through like 7 different people helped editing my book for me.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got paid. So imagine how much, whatever people was charging me, I was paying it.
Oh, wow.
Right? And then finding a company that could help print my books for a reasonable price, good quality, and it wasn't going to take me long to work with them. So I work with companies in Atlanta, work with companies in Philadelphia. I work with companies in Arizona and Florida and Virginia. So imagine how many samples of books I went through to get that done. Like, it was a lot of money being spent, but I was gaining more knowledge that got me closer to my end in that process.
So 2 questions. 1, what's the name of your book? And then 2, was it worth it?
So the title of my book is called I Told My Story and Made History. And, oh yeah, it was definitely worth it. I wouldn't trade nothing back as far as the experience that I've gained from going through that journey, and then ultimately being where I am today, because in anything, I take the lessons because I understand the blueprint. And what's better than having a blueprint for you to do something again versus somebody giving it to you? Because then you always got to go back to them to do that one thing. But if you learn the blueprint, then you can ultimately do it again yourself. And second, you can help somebody else do what you just did because you understand everything.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's awesome. So then, I mean, you've just been spilling knowledge left and right, but is there anything that, like, what advice or lessons can you offer to other writers who may be listening?
I mean, this is a couple of things, but maybe my top 3. One would be to build a team around you that will support you in that process. That's one. My number 2 would be fearless in the process, because it's going to get rough and it's going to it could get expensive, or it could discourage you in that process because you're going to be challenged by your belief system in the universe. And number 3 is have fun in the process. Document everything that it took you to get to where you want to be, because again, that's the blueprint to help somebody else. And that's why the title of my book is so important, especially to me, because I told my story and made history, which is also his story. So if I told my story, I helped you make your story, and you probably wouldn't have given out your story or sold your story or written your story if you didn't hear my story.
Yeah. Wow. That last bit is deep. Definitely. And when you said that, it made me think about something that someone else had said about, she has a book coming, but she's just been like kind of dragging her feet on it. And I was telling her, like, girl, if you don't tell your story, you're messing up your blessing and somebody else's. Like, so that's cool. Definitely having that mindset about like, this book, though, it helped me, and this journey has helped me. Like, this is definitely going to help somebody else as well. Yeah. So then, has there ever been? Have you ever encountered any moments just during your journey, your author journey, that made you feel like you wanted to quit? And then, if so, how did you handle that?
I never wanted to quit. My life is set up in this way. When it comes to quitting, is because the outcome is greater than the quit. Like I gotta fight it through, because the reward of me doing this is history. Like if I finish this, I made history. Like I can leave this earth knowing that I left this earth something. Like, I remember growing up, and, you know, you just see a book of, you know, you going through school, you're in a library, you just pick up a random person book. You don't know who that person is or what they went through in life, but they got a book in your library. And then you end up reading that book, and it ends up changing your life. And it was just a random book that you picked up. I envision a kid or an adult or an old person picking up my book and just looking at the cover and be like, oh, this is a good title. I'm going to read this book. And their life is changed for the rest of their life because they read my book. Like, that's a real moment that I want to happen that I probably won't be around to see. So me quitting, knowing what I just said, was never an option.
Yeah. So then what are some other things that keep you going other than just quitting not being an option? Like, what else pushes you to keep going and keep writing and doing what you're doing?
Oh, I mean, helping people is always it's always been my thing. Like, I love helping people. I have a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award for helping people from former President Obama. Like, I've done, no lie, I'm undercutting myself and saying I did over 5,000 hours of community service. Like, that's an undercut. So I don't play when it comes to that. Like, I really believe in helping people and paying things forward. So what do I look like not continuing my journey if I know I'm going to be able to help other people in that process? So, you know, the fear of quitting is probably greater than the fear of me keep going.
Nice. Yeah. Wow. Hey, this has been such a good interview. I'm so excited. Okay, so last question. Yo, I'm so excited for everything that you got going on. I feel like, I might cut this part out, but let me just say, because I get so excited, like, talking to different authors on the phone, I really be feeling like, I get to sit with the smart kids. Like, back in high school, it wasn't like that. Like, I was low-key a nerd. So I just love, like, having this opportunity to sit here and listen to, just some of the things that you're saying, as well as some of the other authors that I've been talking to. But last question, is there anything else that you would want to share or offer to the community?
First thing is, I'm going to tell a story in this.
Okay.
When I wrote my book, when I finished my book in 2017, I didn't publish my book until 2019 because I immediately helped other authors write their book and take them on tour. Like, immediately. So as I was writing my book, people were seeing me go through the process, and they're like, yo, who helps you do your book? I'm like, no, I started a company to help you write your book, so let's do it. And then one person, Jamie the Motivator, gym owner, helped him write his book, did his book signing, put it in different stores, took him on a book tour to Philadelphia, to the high schools. Another person, William Salam, a ventriloquist, he wanted to write a book about his path to being a millionaire. Then he gave me 5 members of his team to help write a book. Then people from my past wanted to write a book. So in your story, you always have the ability to help other people write their story. So I took it and I turned it into a business.
Nice.
So now that I'm stable in that business mentality, I said, you know what? Before 2020, I'm going to release my book. And I had the ability to do it because I put myself in a position to help other people, which gave me more resources to do what I wanted to do when I was 100% ready.
Nice. Awesome. So where can we find you at? Like, do you have a website? Can you tell us your social media links and stuff?
Of course. So my website is Team Buie. That's TEAMBUIE.com. And then social media, there's Bernard Buie, BERNARD BUIE. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all of the links to purchase the book is on those platforms, as well as if you got inquiries about writing your own book or doing other things within the book space, you can find us and we can help you from start to finish start to finish your book. And then I would like to mention one more thing that's very important to me in this process. A book is one tool for the rest of your life. If you write this book, you write your book, and you decide to print your book, you can print your book and sell that book forever. If you decide to make that an ebook, you can now sell that ebook a million times over without ever printing it again because the power of technology. So now that becomes an additional stream of income towards your everyday lifestyle, and it don't take away from whatever you do. You could be a teacher, you could be a basketball player, you could be a rapper, you could be a stripper, you could be a chef. It don't matter what you do. Add a book to your resume, and now you can sell that book to your audience that you currently have, and then you can help somebody else write their book and charge them for the consultation of helping them write their book.
Hey.
And with that, you can use, and that's what I'm saying, I came to give game today. I really came to give game today. And then you can take that book and then use the audio of the book and make it an audio book. And now you can use that and put it on iTunes, on Tidal, on all SoundCloud, and use that and sell your audio book of that. In addition, then you can go and collect royalties from that when you decide to publish your audio album. Now you can consider yourself an actual artist. So now you can go and do publishing, get publishing deals with your audio version of your book. Then you can start a podcast. You can do webinars. You can do seminars. You can turn some of your passages in your book into articles, and then you can now sell ad space on your articles because you're a publication. And now from that book, you have literally, I'm just going to say 8 other streams of income, 8 other ways for somebody to know who you are.
Yeah. Oh wow, yo! If your pen and paper are not full, if your paper is not full after this interview, man, you need to listen to this. You need to listen to this again. Wow, awesome! Hey, thank you so much for all of that good free knowledge. It has definitely been a pleasure chatting with you.